Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across this video where this one was saying that she needs Black people to stop using or stop weaponizing anti-Blackness and misogyny to, like, cover up the genocide that it's going on. And before we continue, I am going to say free Congo, free Sudan, free Haiti, right? Some people really do not understand most of the things going on social media. You might be an educated person, you might have the greatest or like law degrees and all that, but still not understand what is going on social media. I have degree, right? I am on social media all the time because it is like, part of my job or part of the thing I do, right? And I can tell you when people are being anti-Black. You cannot come out and tell me or tell Black people, right, that they are being, that they are the oppressors and they are the colonizers, and telling them that you do not care what they are going through, but all you want is that they care about you, meaning let go of whatever that is going on around me and come out and help you. I hope you understand that. There is nothing wrong with people criticizing people, but when you come off anti-Black, there is need to call that out. And for that young man, the first man that spoke out first, you know what? I hope that you are packing your bag because real soon, see you in Iran or wherever you come from. Let's get into this video.
Vote Donald Trump. White people are not racist. Spanish and blacks are racist. I seen it with my own eye. I lived it.
Why you say that?
White people are not racist, sir. Black people and Spanish people are racist. I seen it with my own eye. White people are really beautiful people. It's not about race. I went to Texas. They got properties and everything. They go, how you doing, sir? How are you? All respect. Black people are racist to their own kind. Even in the government jobs, they're racist. They will give you a hard time in America. Please, make America great again and vote Trump for your own kids.
What do you think about Kamala Harris?
Who is she and why is she even running for office? Kamala Harris can't even say two sentences together. What do you want from her, man? This is God against the devil. Please, if you love America, if you care America, it's getting worse than third world countries. I come from a third world country. It's not like New York City.
Worse in New York than in the third world countries?
Yes, it is. And you seen it. You seen how they use drugs. See how people sleep on the floor? Nobody cares. Even the mayor is a crook. He's working with the hotel as a mafia to get the immigrants all business millions of dollars, and he's gonna get charged. We need Donald Trump bad for America, even for the whole world. I believe in him, and I believe God saved him twice for a reason, to save America, man. Vote Donald.
Consider that if a message challenges you and stirs something up within you, that might not always mean that the person is wrong, unethical, or is upholding white supremacy. Sometimes it's an opportunity to question your own thinking. On a similar note, I'm noticing that some of you really appreciate it when I talk about anti-Blackness manifesting in literally every other culture out there, but when I encourage self-reflection within our community, some of you, not all, and I'm thankful to those of you, but some of you take it very personal. And I notice when some people feel challenged, they grasp for straws to try and dismantle the argument on the tiniest of details. For example, one person really said, I shouldn't have said the global south is exploited by our country. I should have said by our government. And therefore, because I said our country, this person in a video stitch mischaracterized my argument and said I was blaming Black Americans. Yeah. In some cases, criticism has even devolved into misogyny and xenophobia, with response videos and comments targeting my appearance, my immigrant background on one side of my family, and educational background. Some people were even talking about my parents, saying my father must be a passport bro and my mother a racist. Are you guys okay? And that same person who was upset when I said that the global south is being exploited by our country, who, by the way, was a longtime former mutual of mine, also said I'm apparently fleeing to Guatemala because apparently I do not care about the US, despite me making a concerted effort in that video and on my follow-up video and throughout my page to talk about colonialism here in the Americas and emphasize the importance of indigenous sovereignty, fighting against systemic oppressions that disproportionately burden Black and indigenous people, abolishing the police, etc. Also, this brings me to a broader observation. Some of you are pro-Black until it comes time to hear out a Black person that disagrees with you. You need to have an ability to disagree with others without attacking them personally, trying to revoke their ethnicity or race, or without calling into question their Blackness. My goal in this app is to inspire critical thought and to grow my own thinking. Sometimes what I say may challenge your worldview. If that is a concern for you, do yourself and myself a favor and swiftly unfollow, block, whatever works for you. But if you want to think together and challenge each other genuinely for the sake of mutual learning, then I'm so happy to have you here and for your voice. Personally, I know that everyone is at a different stage or maybe arrived at different conclusions in their journeys of deconstructions or social consciousness. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of us want some of the same things, and I think it's important to not lose sight of that.
I need y'all to stop weaponizing anti-Blackness and misogyny to defend somebody who supports genocide. I need y'all to stop. Yes, there are critiques of her that can be anti-Black. There are critiques of her that can be misogynist. Not every critique of her is anti-Black or misogynist. And I need y'all to stop. Ruha Benjamin tried to tell us our Blackness and our womanness are not themselves trustworthy if we allow ourselves to be conscripted into oppressive positions of power. Full stop. If we allow ourselves to be conscripted into positions of power that are used oppressively, full stop. Not only am I Black, I am a woman. I am an AKA. I am a criminal lawyer. I share several identities with Kamala, and I'm opposed to her and have been opposed to her. Was opposed to her when she was selected for VP. Was opposed to her when she ran for president the first time. Because I sat with Black folks. I sat with racial justice activists in Oakland. I heard their stories. I heard how she impacted their lives. And if you cannot tell, I take my cues from the people who are most burdened, from the people with the most experience. We have got to stop that. Yes, there are critiques that can be anti-Black, but every critique is not. And y'all got to quit weaponizing anti-Blackness and misogyny to defend a genocidal supporter. A genocide supporter. Full stop. Full stop. I am one of the most pro-Black content creators. I absolutely love Black people, and I hope more than anything for our full liberation. But what y'all cannot keep doing is weaponizing anti-Black, especially because it feels like some self-soothing is going on here. That it's a reaction to the cognitive dissonance, to the irreconcilable positions of being principled in liberation and supporting a political or participating, legitimizing in a legal system that can never lead to liberation because it is built on oppression, because it is built on exploitation, the entire system. When people decide to align themselves with that system, their marginalized identity does not insulate them from critique. And I need y'all to stop weaponizing anti-Blackness and misogyny. Yes, there are some critiques that are anti-Black. Yes, anti-Blackness is flying around this whole spectacle. This whole political theater is riddled with anti-Blackness. But every critique of Kamala is not anti-Black. Every critique of Kamala is not rooted in misogyny. And as a Black woman, descendant of slaves, who studies race and politics and law, the fact that people keep relying on these lazy critiques to insulate themselves as a Black person, and also her from interrogation and criticism about their political position, is problematic AF. Please stop.
Black people, I know how bad we want to see ourselves represented in this country's power. I know what this country has taken from us. I know what this country has said about us, written about us, put in its medicine about us, right? It's medicinal practices and knowledge about us. It's religious practices and knowledge about us. I know the ways that it has tried to thwart every effort we've put at advancing our communities. And I know that for a country that is the only country many of us have ever known as our own, the only country that we can connect to in terms of lineage and heritage, the only country where we see ourselves reflected in the culture and the food. And that's partially because we just don't learn about other cultures, because there are similarities in other majority Black nations like Haiti and West African nations that we are not exposed to. So I understand that our connection to this country is something deep and visceral. And because of the abuse that this country has subjected us to, we come to idolize or embrace or valorize our heroes that rise through the ranks, who could be the face of this nation and its political, legal, military, and economic systems. And I know how much that speaks to something deep and emotional for us. You may have seen in my other videos, I'm reading a book called The Cultural Politics of Emotion, about the ways in which people develop emotional connections, visceral connections to things like nations or political parties and so forth and so on. And so I understand deeply how much a Barack Obama or a Kamala Harris means to us, speaks to us. I just wish you could see the American political apparatus the way I see it, as a rotting corpse with worms and bacteria and with an awful stench. And it's not that is the people necessarily of that place, but those are the ideals and the frameworks and the foundation. The reason that we can spend so much time on this app talking about America's history, America's foreign policy, America's racism, America's disdain for the poor, America's exploitation, America's hollow. I saw a tweet yesterday that talked about how there are some countries that said that when America kills its heroes, it can't even respond in kind because America has no heroes, because all our heroes are imaginary. And somebody was saying, yeah, that's the case because anybody who rises up to speak for the people is murdered or imprisoned or driven into obscurity, right? And I want you to think about that that's what we do to the people. That's what we did to King. That's what we did to Malcolm. That's what we do to the people who rise up for people, who don't eventually at some point compromise their morals. We drive them out, right? And that's one illustration of the moral, or the immoral rather, fabric of this nation. This nation does not value morals. It never has. It values capital at any cost, including at the cost of human flesh. It cannot say that to you, though, because you will not vote for that. And eventually, as you see the rot in the healthcare system and in our education system, where only 47% of fourth graders can read, and in our economic system where the wealth gap is increasing, and in our atmosphere where we're experiencing more catastrophes, and where the air quality, you getting alerts every day about whether or not the air quality is safe for you to breathe, right? If they said that to us, if they said, yeah, this is what we do for profit and this is the end of it, and we had to live with these rotting conditions, we wouldn't stand for it. So they don't say that. You're constantly beat over the head with America the Great, America the Beautiful, America freedom, America's democracy, America's great, America, America, America. You see that pageantry in sports and the Super Bowl. You see it everywhere in school curriculums, right? So they wrap that corpse in beautiful paper, in beautiful illusions and distractions. And they beat you over the head with propaganda such that we accept any representation as meaningful representation. And so this is not an indictment of any particular person. The entire system is inherently unstable and built on corrupt cornerstones. And we don't get free of that. We don't get to a place where the planet is safe and we are safe and our basic needs are met and everybody experiences human dignity by purveying the system, by continuing to legitimize it, by continuing to not only participate, but wrap up our sense of hopes and safety in any political party or political representative. We have got to break free from that. And we only do that by changing our minds. We cannot change anything internally until we build up the infrastructure that this system has robbed us of. So people keep asking me what I want them to do politically. Well, the first thing I want folks to do is stop asking other people for the answers. Stop trusting strangers on the internet or people in Washington to give you the answers you need. They won't. You have to seek those answers out for yourself. And once you transform your mind by seeking those answers out for yourself, by reading the books, by exposing yourself to the perspectives of people outside of the U.S., once you do that, you won't have to ask me what I want you to do politically. Those answers will be clear to you. Right? We are in an unprecedented moment, not because of this election. This election is a symptom of the moment. We are in an unprecedented moment because of the upheaval to foster real change, but we're going to squander it like every generation before us has. if we're still invested in the illusions that these people are trying to peddle us because they want power, profit, and they have their own political agendas. So my plea to people isn't about this election. My plea to people is that they free themselves of believing that much is wrapped up in one party, one election, one candidate, and see the system for what it is and start to think about how we make system-wide changes. And you don't have the time people telling you have, that we can build it up you don't have that. You might not have another 50 years. You might not have another 20. What do you do now to make sure your children and their children have a future if you don't have that kind of time?
This is all I got from this video, and there are so many things I am going to deconstruct here. People are always very eager to tell Black people that they weaponize or they use, anti-Blackness, or probably when people try to criticize some certain things, and they say that you have the anti-Blackness that is coming from this person and all that. The reality is that if you have been following up, some people come out to talk from their own perspective, not knowing what it's going down in on social media, right? I am a social media person, and I can categorically tell you that it's beyond what she is saying, because she is Black people can weaponize their distance most times, to tell when people try to criticize and all that. I have been saying it. I love it when people criticize you, but when you come off trying to be anti-Black, why trying to criticize? See, let your criticize, do your critics, right? Critic, but do not deviate from what you are talking and start looking for a way to attack somebody. That is not it. Or looking for a way to attack a group of people. If you have looked around, check what has been going on the internet. At least I bring most of the things going around on daily basis, right? That will also enlighten you on some certain things going on. The things that I have been seeing, it is not people criticizing or critics, right? I love it when people bring their critics, talk about some certain things, politically, because it is we're talking about politics, and this is the season for it, because it's been we've been on a month waiting for this presidential election, and we are already on it, right? Early vote started, and people tomorrow, that is you are going to see this video on Tuesday, hopefully on 5th the election will fully commence, right? Now some people are not criticizing. Some people want you to act a certain way. I stand to be corrected, right? This is how I saw it, because majority of the videos that I brought, this has been what they portray. But please feel free to let me also know in the comment section. That's why the comment section is usually open, so we can always dialogue and all of that. They want you to act in a certain way, and they are not happy that Black people made a choice, or Black people stood on their grounds. They said that Black people were supposed to, leave everything that is going on for them and come out. If they don't behave that way, if they don't leave what they are doing to support them or to help them, it means they are selfish, or it means that they are also backing up whoever that is, Kamala Harris, right? But it's beyond that, right? I cannot have a log of wood on my eyes, and I am so much in a haste to come and remove yours. This is one of the rules of when it comes to living and life, right? You will be very silly and stupid to yourself if you do not remove yours first before going to remove someone else's. Because how do you want to see what is happening in that person, or where the log is on that person's eye, without removing yours? I don't know if that makes sense. Like the lady that says she's a lawyer or a person, I can't remember, but see, Sometimes it is not about your degree, or it is not about like sometimes it's not about your degree. I understand that a degree is very important. You are well educated. I love that. But sometimes we look beyond some certain things that it's happening, right? You don't sit around and watch people make you look like you are the bad person when you are not. Black people have been speaking out over what has been going on in Gaza, right? At a point, they said that we have to back off and take care of what is going on around us, which is not a bad thing. It was at that point that they became a bad person. People are not seeing the defense that is coming from Black people. It is because they've been labeled the bad guy, right? And when you have been the good person and all that, and they did not see that, immediately you let me go and take care of, man, I am cooking, let me go and take care of the food and the pots and all that, then you became, it kind of means that you were not even around all this period. I don't know if some people get what I am saying. See, we can drag this from now till tomorrow, and I will still prove it to you that it is because, I bring Black people and I bring Hispanic, any race here, right? Black people don't come off looking for a way to defend anybody. They will tell you that if you know why we are running this, you absolutely will join on. Okay, the same people that has been screaming anti-Black, anti-Black. Does it mean that a genocide has not been happening in Black community? Does it mean that genocide has not also been happening in other countries? There is Sudan, free Sudan. There is Congo, free Congo. There is Haiti, free Haiti, right? Why is everybody, or why are people making it look like it is just in a particular place that this is happening? I don't know if this makes sense, but if it doesn't make sense, you can pass or feel free to drop your comments. It's okay, right? Why is it that it is only one people that made it look like it is only them that is facing this? Black people are being dehumanized, brutalized, every other thing. They are the ones coming out, struggling, doing their thing and all that. I do not see you all coming out to ask or help and all that. But then, boom, it is your own because, why wouldn't they talk? Now, the first man that screamed, Black people are the race, they say Black people and Hispanics, and then ended up saying, Kamala cannot even make 2 sentences. This is the problem we are facing. But then the truth is that I cannot force people to speak the truth. People know the truth, but they don't want to speak it. Because why would they speak the truth? He said he is a migrant, right? Some people, or majority of the migrants, undermine the importance or the fight Black people fought to make sure that they were able to come over here and even enjoy majority of the things they are enjoying. I am sorry to say it, but that is the truth. I am talking so much and I am sweating. Even everything is all on. Please bear with me. I wish, sometimes I've been saying, this is not the first time I'm saying it. I wish they experience the slavery full time. All those people that come out, pick my microphone to say Black people are this, Black people are that. I wish they also experience segregation. I wish they experienced it. When I say experience it, I mean experience it, Jim Crow and the rest of it. So that next time if they want to talk, they have to shut their mouth. I am not trying to be mean or something, but I am saying the reality. It might not resonate with you, and it's okay. It must not resonate with you. Some people are messed up. They pick up microphone, they say whatever they want. Yeah. Even if I do not like Kamala Harris, even if I am not going to vote for her, I love giving people their flowers. And the flower I am going to give her is that she knows her job. She is educated. When I say educated, highly educated. And she is very eloquent too. I'll give her flowers. And the other person is the most educated. I mean, people can really come on the internet and say, wow, straight up. Yeah, she said Black people are the most right. Thank you. We agree. Move forward. Continue to go. Go vote whoever you want to vote for. And I really do hope, I don't know if he's even eligible to vote, but I really hope that you will be part of the people that they will cancel their green card, because he is ready to cancel green cards too. Those that seek asylum, cancel, send them back home. Let everybody go back home. So you all will understand, because it looks like the English they are speaking, you all don't understand it. Maybe it is a lot of grammar, but you all will understand real soon. I really don't have a lot to say, man, because I cannot come and kill myself over people not understanding that Black people are doing their best. And like, I really do not, I don't know, but man, see you all in my next video. Bye for now.